Hey there, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing the Scorn of the Machina of Destruction with Cyrus. Missions are deal lightning and light damage 2 times more, evoke an Esper, and defeat the third set of arms with magic. If you can remember to do that. I got a couple things I want to talk about Cyrus real quick before we actually get into the fight. We'll go over the gear and everything. Up first we got Ignis. He's here for his mitigation buff. The reason I like Ignis for this particular comp is we're going to have Galoof do all the tanking himself. He's a full evade build, so on phase 2, whenever the lasers are coming out, you know, he's going to be taking a lot of damage, so he needs to really defend on those turns, and Ignis will let us maintain our mitigation. Just hit points and spirit on him. This is the aforementioned Galoof. Like I said, full evade build. I do have some STMRs on him just to pull off this strategy reliably, I guess. He's got Gonzy shield on for death immunity. Fid's going to be our breaker. I really like her for this fight because she can do the heals and everything like that, and she has a lightning imperil in her kit as well. Lena is going to be our status immunity healer for this one, just hit points and spirit. Now, with Cyrus, I think he's hard to gear with a lot of hit points and spirit and maintain a high magic value for trials. That's kind of my big knock on him because he's really a true double hand unit. Dual wield builds on him bring his magic down considerably. What I did was I had a couple of these Quinn, I guess that's how you say his name, Trust Muggles saved up from the event that happened so long ago, and I threw them in a prism and got those. It really made this build turn out real nice. I've got one STMR on. Other than that, you know, this is a really accessible build. Other than that limited Trust Mastery there, 14,000 hit points, 700 spirit, 2,900 magic. And everything about Cyrus that I like, it kind of plays into how you use him. I don't have a machine killer equipped with him right here. He's got that in his kit, so against machines and dragons he's really good. He is just kind of difficult to gear. And the friend unit that I'm taking is DJ's, and it's kind of on the other end of the spectrum. This one's got a lot of STMRs on, but he hits the same kind of stats that I wanted for this trial. 13,000 hit points, 800 spirit, 22.8k magic. It's really well geared, but this one has a lot more STMRs on. So depending on, you know, what you have access to, you know, if you've got a well build like this, or, you know, you've got some limited Trust Masteries like I've got, you can get your Cyrus geared up really well. If you don't, that's okay. He still does a lot of damage. We're going to murder this trial with him. It's a machine, so, you know, he's of course going to do a lot of damage. So, you know, worst case scenario is you take some more turns to do it. He gets this done, no worries. And also I have to apologize. I'm still kind of sick, trying to get over that. That's about all I got to say about Cyrus. Let's get into it. His rotation, I think fits really well in for a fight like this. It's got a lot of force delays. He can still, you know, get up his imperils and stuff like that. It's a pretty fun unit to use. He's not as straightforward as some of the other chainers in the game. So, you know, if you like an easy to use unit, he does struggle a little bit with that. Alrighty, so we're going to get Galoof to do his mitigation cover. We're going to get Ignis to throw out his cooldown buff. Get Fid, use Ultimate Siesta to break the boss. And then Lena's just going to give us our immunities. Lena's pretty much going to be on repeat for a lot of this. This isn't Cyrus's typical opener that you would use, but it works well for this fight, so that's kind of how we're going to go with it. We're going to do his cooldown imperil, and then just chain some lightning. Then send that off. Put this arm so you can kind of see the damage he does. You know, pretty good turn 1 damage from him. I really like this Galoof build as well. Kleck inspired me. I UOC'd Galoof. I got Ignis off of the premium summon, the all rainbow summon earlier in this week, so it was good to get a couple new units to use. Alrighty, Ignis is going to do his cooking. I want to defend with Galoof. Then we're just going to have Fid. I could use like her cooldown to unlock her good breaks, but we're going to save that for a little bit later in the fight. We'll just do a Beach Parasol to keep the MP rolling with Cyrus. He does drink a lot of mana, but it's okay as long as you don't pop his Magnus ability. Now that thing will put you kind of behind, so you need to allocate for that if you're using it. We don't really need to on this boss. If it was like a single target fight, you know, I probably would pop it. Kind of what I was saying about his rotation. So we're good on hit points. We'll just repeat with Lena. That's cool. Galoof can take all that while evading. So he does a swirling, dispels these breaks. What I'm going to do with Zyrus here is I'm going to triple cast this Machine Killer buff. It escalates in terms of how much Machine Killer it gives you. It's non-elemental, so hopefully we get enough Limit Burst crystals from chaining this to fill Fit up. If we don't, Ignis can hook us up with the Limit Burst. And send this off. Oh yeah, we filled up real easy. She's got a lot of high tide gear on. Button. With Ignis, we'll just do mitigation and a resistance buff. We're going to defend with Galoof. And then we're going to get Lena to top him off and then just do a delayed heal. So now we got Ignis's like good mitigations online at 50%. Galoof's taking even less damage. And as you can see with our Zyruses, they'll always stay pretty much above 4,000 hit points, so you could go a little bit more glass cannon and get away with it. I'd rather be safe than sorry on these kind of fights. Alrighty. We're going to quad his lightning move. Go ahead and send that off. Ignis is just going to make sure we get our limit burst filled. We'll defend with Galoof. Fid's going to heal us up. And then Lena will just get back into her delayed rotation. So like he basically did 20% damage right there. It's pretty good right off the rip. Galoof is countering with Holy, so that's going to seal the boss on his swirly and get us the mission credit there. Alright. Not a lot for Ignis to do this turn. Let's repeat those stat buffs. And now since, you know, it's turn 5, if we don't cast the second cooldown, he'll lose his quad. We're going to go ahead and cast that on the end. Alright, send that off. We'll defend Galoof again. And these guys can just repeat. So the arm's going to come back up, and what I want to do is kind of delay killing the arms for 3 turns. It's basically going to set me up on the 3rd set of arms, be able to take them out easier. I want to go ahead and use Cyrus's Limit Burst. I do think you should pot it because it, you know, it does a fair amount of damage, and it increases the mods for some of his abilities, so that's nice. Alright, we're going to break with the Limit Burst. We're going to get Galoof to physical cover. Ignis will use his cooldown, buff our stats up again. And like I said, we're going to Limit Burst with Zyrus. We'll get Lena to top us off and do another delayed heal. Galoof would probably be fine. I think the region would probably kick in and heal him, but better be safe than sorry. So his Limit Burst, it's AoE, which is nice. Like I said, I potted mine. I don't think DJ potted his yet, so you know we could have got a little bit more damage there. Potting his limit burst also increases the modifiers that you get from it, so it's in your best interest to do that. Alrighty, with Ignis, we'll do cooking. We can unlock his good stuff again. We'll just defend with Galoof. We'll get into quadding with Ignis again. We'll make sure to pop that cooldown so we get our quad. We continue that quad train. And it's going to give us that nice imperil. Alright, send that off. With Fid, we'll just heal up. Another thing, you know, the reason I brought Lena is just in case I got into a pickle in this fight, you know, I could get that interest off her. I don't think we'll really need it, but it's always nice to have. So I got some good damage on the arms there. Probably kill them next turn. It just takes that damage like a champ. The boss does defensive jamming right there, which is going to put up break immunity. That's one thing the arms do. If you leave them alive for a long time or more than a few turns, they'll start throwing up buffs, which can be kind of aggravating. We're going to do triple lightning, and then I want to get a machine killer buff. I know the lightning will take out the arms, and we're going to be able to hit the body next turn, so I want to make sure to have that machine killer going so we can do a whole lot of damage to it. Send that off. Ignis is going to refresh his mitigation. We'll defend with Galoof. And what we're going to do with Fid is use our Beach House Break. It's going to unlock our good breaks, and it's going to give us the ability to imperil lightning next turn. He's got break immunity up right now. Right there, he's got break immunity up right now, so if we don't dispel that, our breaks probably won't stick, and we're probably going to die. We'll do some delayed stuff with Lena. There's a swirly. So we've basically got 4 turns of just all the damage we want to put onto him right here. With Lena, we'll do a couple heals, make sure the lift gets topped off, and we'll dispel. With Fid, do this attack and magic break. That's going to get our lightning imperil back for Cyrus. Really nice. Let's see. Jump down here and just quad. Send that off. We'll defend Galoof again. Make sure our stat buffs don't fall off. Getting some crazy damage on the body. Alright, we'll just recast this lightning again. We'll defend Galoof. We'll get Fid to heal us up. And Lena will just do her delayed stuff. Kind of a downturn for Ignis right here. I don't need limit burst. I've got 1 turn on his good cooldowns. I guess we'll just do an MP refresh for Cyrus. 23%. We've got one more turn of damage we can put on him too. Scary. Alright, let's use Ignis's cooldown. We'll defend Gloof again. Now right here with Cyrus, you know, I don't think we can kill the body this turn, but we want to set up for the next turn to kill off the arms. We want to use the machine killer buff. We'll do a couple lightnings and we'll use his other cooldown, that way we can maintain our quad. Send that off. Lots and lots of damage. Let's see here. We'll repeat with Lena basically. I just want to make sure I did it right. And we'll get Fed to heal us up. I should have mentioned earlier in the video, I put a Ring of the Luca on Lena so she can get the kill with magic on the arms. I really want to keep Galoof defending. I mean, he could do it, but I'm afraid he'll die after we kill the arms. And we don't want that to happen to our boy Galoof. Alright, let's go ahead and drop this limit burst down. We'll physical cover with Galoof. And then we'll imperil. Put some damage into these arms. Let's see, Ignis, I guess he'll just do his cooking. Not Venom Fang. Ignis. Why do you have to have too many green abilities together? We'll just repeat with Lena. Get those delayed heals back. All the counters. Man, I'd hate to try to take that to the face. But that'd be rough. Since we delayed the arms on the second set of arms, all we have to deal with is a reflect here, which is no worries for our guys. The third set of arms can do a death attack on your tank as well, so gotta be mindful of that. Alrighty, we'll get Ignis to refresh our mitigation and our lightning resist. Let's see with Cyrus. This quad lightning. And then with Lena, we're going to get Alterna ready, because I'm not going to forget to kill with magic. We'll send that off. We'll send our Zyruses off. Good deal. We'll defend with Galoof. It's a free turn for a Fid right here, so we'll go ahead and get our Esper Summon out of the way. So we got all the missions, we did plenty of lightning damage, the counters was the Holy, killed with magic on the third set of arms. He's got one turn of immunity, so we kind of can't do anything to him right here. Gotta wait till next turn. Alrighty, with Fid, we'll use Ultimate Siesta, break the boss again. He doesn't have any break immunity buffs from the third set arms, so we're good to go there. Let's see here, with Cyrus, we might be able to get... Oh, wrong. Let's do a double MP recovery. We'll defend with Galoof. Let's see here. With Zyrus, we'll use a double ability. We'll go ahead and pop this Magnus. And we'll do a Machine Killer buff. Same thing over here. I'm just being an asshole. We're going to really kill this guy next turn. Oh, I did triple. Yeah, Magus. And a Machine Killer. And then we'll get Lena to top Galoof off. Yeah, we'll just do... We'll do a Limit Burst. That should take care of it. Yeah, he good. Get a really big nuke right here. As you can see, our Cyrus is, like I said, they stayed above 4,000 hit points pretty much the whole time, so you know you're safe there with them. So you could go again more offensive, or if you can't get your stats as high as I did with mine because you don't have some of these limited trust masteries or super trust masteries in DJ's case, I think you're fine in terms of damage. We'll do some MP recovery so we can make sure to get our quad in. We'll definitely kill him this turn since we unlock the big cooldown with his Magus ability. Alright, send that off. Oh yeah, he did. That's really nice. I enjoyed using Cyrus on this fight. I like, it's like I said before, I like the complexity of like trying to get all of his things like fitting into, you know, him versus the boss. I also think, you know, being able to build him with enough survivability to survive this trial, because this trial does hit really hard. Yeah, you gotta have that mitigation and everything like that, but you know, Cyrus with a double hand build, you know, he did really well here. He does have guts as well, so you know, if he did get in trouble like later on in the fight, he could be safe for one turn, which is nice. So those are kind of my thoughts on Cyrus. There's a you know, kind of a showcase of, you know, what kind of power he has. Obviously, if this was a different fight and it was like single target, his rotation would be a little bit different. Hopefully we'll get a fight we can use him on, you know, like that in the future. We can kind of try to really crank out some damage with him off the rip. I'll probably try to use him on Moon. It'll be later on in the week. You know, we got the story event and stuff to do right now, and we have to kill the boss with 25 different units, so that'll take a bit. We got Item World going on, so I got a lot on my plate right now with FFBE, so it'll probably be next week. We'll try him out on Moon. We got Item World going on right now. Item World's been pretty brutal to me the last few times. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier on me this time. Hope you guys liked the video. Pistalis is on banner right now. If you're pulling for her, I heard she's doing some really good damage. Good luck. I don't think I would recommend pulling for Cyrus unless you're just like me, who's a really big fan. I invested a little bit more than I wanted to get him. I wanted Aiden actually, and then I ended up with Cyrus, so we're kind of making the best out of it we can. Anyways, that's about it. Have a good rest of the week. Toodaloo.